demystifying export finance. Yet, for many bankers, it remains a complex landscape.
Both pre-shipment and post-shipment. At the end, in order to encourage banks to provide more export credit, see exports where exposed proceeds are contracted to be received within 6 months from the date of shipment. Exports where a part or full amount of proceeds is contracted to be received after the prescribed period of 6 months, in some cases 12 months, is known as deferred payment exports or export on deferred payment terms. That exporters are required to take prior approval from authorized dealer or the working group before undertaking such contracts. Supply to projects funded by UN agencies, 100 crores for 2 stars, 500 crores for 3 stars, 1500 crores for 4 star, and 5000 crores for the. Under this scheme, a unit can import machinery free of duty and can also import raw material free of duty with the condition that it would export the entire production of goods and services. The government of India has introduced this concept in 2000 items under. Then there are agree to convert India into a trading hub. The 2004 9 export finance is vital, what we discussed, which are particularly related to timing, risk, and working capital needs. Cash flow gap between the shipment and receipt of funds. So export finance is required to bridge this gap and helping exporters to stay liquid, competitive, and resilient in global markets. Quantum of funds is generally large, thereby increasing the advances portfolio of the. So that's why the banks have to go for the export credit. Prior to shipment or working capital expenses towards rendering services against packing credit can be directly sanctioned to the exporter or to the supplier of goods to the exporter. What is the eligibility criteria or what is the requirements? Then granting against the, if it is letter of credit, it should have been issued by a reputed bank. And then we have to see in the order, the most important point is the last date of shipment. Whenever it is being handed over, that is maximum. From domestic sources, within 30 days from the date of advance, close monitoring of, if not so liquidated or repaid, the advance in excess of export order in respect of HPS track record. The period of such loan should depend upon the shipment schedule. Granted without immediate lodgement and manufacture the export product and keep the same ready for shipment in anticipation of receipt of letters of credit or firm orders. What are those conditions? Letters of credit, firm order, or 360 days from the date of advance, whichever is earlier. Then what are the documents to be obtained? The advance should be adjusted within 365 days of the date of advance by negotiations of the bills related to the contract or by remittances received from abroad in respect of contracts executed abroad. So whatever the conditions are applicable for goods, export credit against proceeds of checks, and if an exporter has been granted accommodation at normal commercial interest rate, the guarantee premium is to be sent by the financing branch to the nearest regional office or as per the standard operating procedure of the bank. Banks who are taking the cover for first time, up to that 75, beyond that 65. Whereas others, they are entitled for the cover of 55 to, it is up to 90%. The claim related to ECGC guarantee should be lodged within 6 months of the date of default. So, pre-shipment credit in foreign currency pricing depends upon the benchmark rate selected, rates that are related to the euros, the whatever rupee credit guidelines or instructions are there, avoid. Resultant export bills are discounted or rediscounted without recourse. So, how it will be disbursed? Repayment and liquidation. PCFC could be with export documents relating to the order or any other order. In all cases where pre-shipment credit running account facility has been extended by exporter under PCFC scheme within their foreign exchange position prior to availing the PCFC and cancel the contract at prevailing market rates on availing the PCFC may be made available to the supplier. Diamond polished cut or rough diamonds or the precious metal jewelry should be paid on the balance held in the account. So this is with regard to the pre-shipment finance, 15 months. Simplified reconciliation for small transactions, small value export import entries of 10 lakhs or less. Authorized dealers can close or adjust entries in the EDAPMS and IDPMS systems on the basis of exporter's declaration and reducing the compliance bottlenecks. And I will take up the post-shipment credit and certain related aspects.
For a few words, if he wants to make some observations, and then we will move over to the questions from the audience. Over to Dr. Rao.
Yes,
Oh,
but
oh,
it is as a deemed exports only. It's also
Yes,
source of funds for the post-shipment credit. Sorry, pre-shipment credit in the foreign currency.
Bank of India. Okay.
To ask their questions, I just wanted to remind them again that to indicate that you want to ask a question.
Sir, good morning, sir.
So that you should invariably sanction along with the pre-shipment, post-shipment also.
Okay, sir.
Now it should not be that much difficult after the computerization of your forex also by almost all banks. Whenever it is
Okay.
export orders are being received, SBI, okay,
Yeah.
SBI should not have that problem.
What could be the reason for that, sir? Domestic we are taking full, but export is only incremental.
Respect to categorizations, you are already enjoying the benefit of priority sector advances, which are given export finance, only incremental was given. Earlier, some point of time, export finance also used to be one part of the priority, but afterwards they have deleted it from the priority overall to encourage the banks to give incremental credit.
Sector, sir. How can we automate the systems so that system can be more effective, more fast, and service delivery should be?
See, there are
So,
at the same time efficiency gains.
To our this thing exporters and account holders, they can upload their documents themselves and it automatically goes to RTFBO. Then they are giving them, they receive an email regarding prior this thing exchange rate and all, and it gets executed through TFBO only.
transaction manually
That you
only.
have to do. Yes. That
Is there intervention even
Uh-huh.
the world we have the LRS facility, but that LRS is also routed through us only. So my concern is no documents is there, but in automation system also we can make it through documents. The boat will check the documents and all. They will run the boat. Particular program will happen and they will run the boat, and boat will.
Okay.
Gold card scheme postponed to the next.
Of the discussions held today, which will be helpful to you to participate in the next webinar also. In the part 2 of this series next Sunday, have a wonderful and productive week ahead and enjoy your Sunday today. And of course,